Hello, this is Tom Dowler for Westbury and SMI Lite Edition. In this video I'm going to show you how to create your very own query from scratch. Now, what is a query, you might be asking? Well, a query is the data set for your reports. It's a list of all the pieces of data that SMI Lite Edition wants to extract from the Service Manager database so that you can report on that data. It really is the foundation of everything you're going to do in SMI Lite Edition when it comes to custom reporting. Let me show you how that works in practical terms. Here we have the welcome screen for SMI Lite Edition, and up until now we've been opening existing documents because we've been looking at the startup reports, but we want to create a new document from scratch. So I'm going to choose this Browse for more data sources option. I'm going to leave Universe checked and I'm going to hit Next. And here we have the two universes that come with SMI Lite Edition, looking at the two different Service Manager processes, that's Incident Management and Service Desk. And I want to look at incidents today, so I'm going to choose the Incident Management universe, and I'm going to click OK. And that's going to bring up our Create Query window, which, as you may suspect from the name, is where you create your query. I'm just going to resize this a little so you can see what's going on a little more clearly. Okay, well, on the left-hand side, you'll see we have a list of objects and a list of folders, each of which contains more objects. And these are all the objects within the Incident Management universe. And each object represents a piece of data within Service Manager. So if you use Service Manager, you hopefully should be familiar with the names of some of these objects because they do correlate directly to the names of fields within the Service Manager. But even if you don't use Service Manager, hopefully the way these are named makes it fairly intuitive and easy to understand which pieces of data they represent. Now, over on the right hand side we have the Result Objects pane at the top there. And this is really your selection. So if the list on the left is all of the available objects and all of the available data in Service Manager, the Result Objects pane will contain your selection of objects that you want to include in your data query. And the way that you add objects into the Result Objects pane, either you can drag them across, drag and drop from the left hand side and just drop them into that Result Objects pane like so, or you can just double click. So I've got the number of instance objects there. I also want the assignment group, and you can find that object either by looking through the various folders and extending those out, or you can just search. And it has a live search that was around long before Google, let me tell you. There we go, there's our assignment group name, and I can just double click that, and that populates into the Result Objects pane. Now beneath that we have the Query Filters pane, which is very useful. We're not going to use it today, but say for example that my query so far has the number of instance and the assignment group name, but if I was only interested in instance that were opened in the month of October, I could add the instant open date object to that query filter pane and specify a range of dates, 1st of October to 31st of October. And that would narrow down the results that our query returned. So it was a great way of honing in on particular details and particular areas of interest. But as I say, I'm not going to use that today. I'm just going to create a very simple query, and as you see, it's going to be looking at the number of instance and the assignment group name. So that's all ready, so I'm going to click Run Query. And because it's a simple query, it was very quick, which is good. And there we go, we have the results of our query, and automatically it organizes those results into a tabular format. So we have the number of instance and the assignment group name. So there we see all the different assignment group names from within Service Manager and the number of instance assigned to each one. And that really is our first basic report created. And that's it for this time. Next time we'll look at doing a little more with that data and turning this report into something that's a lot more useful. I'll see you then.